In today's story, we learn the ultimate form of being rich isn't having so much money that you can screw the rules, it's having so much money you can screw your own predetermined fate.
Funny.
Tell your historical past to screw off, all my fellow feature outlaws. This is Card Games vs. Humanity, and I'm the NKK Double G. Back with another recap of that show where people stand on top of a blimp and yell at each other for 2 hours. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, of course. As per usual, if you enjoyed, don't forget that sub, that bell, that like, hit up the Patreon if you want to support me. Leave a comment telling me if you can see the future! Today comes with no recap because Kaiba wouldn't spring for it after being forced to wait till the 4th duel to advance. But let's ignore him because everyone else is in Mai's room, which also looks like a hospital bed because, man, this blimp sure has a lot of them. As we stand there, though, Duke uses this moment to explain to everyone the entire plot of Snowpiercer.
Because there's a mind-warping psycho on board? Just being honest.
Kaiba's been standing at the top of the dueling arena waiting forever because I guess he just sent everyone off to Mai's room. I guess he cleared the area for everyone to go back to Mai's room and then return in about 3 minutes. Luckily, he gets to spend some time talking to Mokuba, who's busy at work using their highly advanced supercomputers to look up everything they can about the card Raw.
So far, so good. The winged dragon of...
So sophisticated. Can't you tell how highly advanced these computers are by that Windows XP font style in the middle of the screen? All that power, all that computational energy focused on the single task of reading a children's trading card invented by a man who tried stealing my soul last year? I'm Seto Kaiba, and this is such a good use of technology. Everyone shows up again immediately because fuck death, card games are happening. As Yugi demands more screen time, yelling at Kaiba, telling him that he has something important to tell him. Kaiba responds by saying, I don't care how many people on this blimp are dying, I just want those god cards, bitch.
Wait a minute, someone's arriving. The 8th duelist is here.
I guess the 8th duelist must have just gotten scared of my addiction to dramatic theater. Happens every time. Wait. Is it? Wait, no, never mind. Wait, is that the 8th duelist is here! Shizu finally appears on the opponent's side of the dueling arena, revealing herself to the others as the 8th duelist as well as Merrick's older sister. The only person to care about Merrick even more than Odeon does, even though my presence doesn't seem to have any effect on him whatsoever, so you can probably just assume that I was a bit of a shitty sister. Kaiba is quite surprised, thinking that she made it all the way to the finals just to try and win her obelisk back from him, despite knowing that she gave it to him in the first place just to get this tournament started, and that really kind of wouldn't make sense right now. Also, why does Merrick look derpy as fuck right there? Merrick cuts into space-time like he's friggin' Makuro or something, feeling his good half in an hourglass just like mine because I guess he's similar to Piccolo where he can just summon those for some reason. Seriously, they never explain in either of those shows why they're able to do that.
Enough with the Millennium items. I don't believe in that nonsense. Is that clear?
Bro, you were literally turned into a trading card. It's pretty hard to come back from that and not be like, wow, this world's physics must be just fine. Unfortunately for Kaiba though, Shizu has a necklace that lets her see into the future, already declaring that he will lose this duel thanks to the very card that she gave him in the first place. Something that Kaiba claims is completely foolish, and oh, by the way, I don't appreciate you using this tournament that you helped me set up to settle your family squabbles. Do that elsewhere. We then get a rare moment of Kaiba talking about his vacation time that he spent in Florida last summer.
I'm surrounded by superstitious nitwits.
The time for talking is over. It's time to duel. I don't care about you or your demented brother. Obelisk is mine, not yours. Don't you dare even ask for it back. There's no chance in hell. Take your hocus pocus nonsense to someone else's tournament, Shizu, despite the fact that I've let so much shit fly in front of my face. But seriously, thank you for the card. I appreciate it. Kaiba goes first because of course he has more money, summoning the Vorse Raider and setting a card face down before ending his turn.
You will suffer defeat.
Why was there a random laser beam noise? In a rare moment of foolishness, Yugi says that Kaiba is a good duelist, but he's not good enough to beat a Millennium item. I just gotta disagree with that, bro. This ain't season 1 anymore. He's got some shit to break the rules with now. Shizu takes her turn, proving that her powers are not fake by summoning Keldo in defense mode without even looking at the cards, something no one else has done in the show before, trust me. This is all before following it up with the activation of probably the second most broken fake card you'll ever see, Michizuri of Doom. Oh, what's that? It's just a magic card that lets you discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand, then they get to do the same thing to you. No cost or anything, not at all broken card to get on the first turn. Dark Worlds wouldn't love this pure advantage card. Nope, not at all. I can't see any problem with it. You know, despite the fact that the scary thing is Delinquent Duo is still better. Because she's a real psychic and not fake like the other 5 people we've already seen on this show's trope. Calls out the card in Kaiba's hand to discard without even looking at them. Something that Kaiba refuses to believe is true. She must be cheating. She must be using a satellite to spy on my cards just like I do to everyone else. Eric is amused watching his older sister troll Kaiba, as apparently she used to wreck him when they were small children. Somehow Shizu hears this toss and says, nope, my brother will be saved. Don't you dare ask how I heard you. Back to Kaiba's turn, and he attacks with the Vorse Raider, destroying the Keldo that he's super lucky doesn't have its 2022 effects, or else this game would be ending a lot faster. and with no need for a necklace, the cards would just tell you them themselves.
I don't know what kind of imbecile you think I am, but your little mind games won't work on me.
That's right, Kaiba, you never back down. I say the same thing every time that stupid little teller at the bank tries telling me my bank account is zero. Bullshit. That wily bastard Kaiba has the crush card virus and the shrink card laid down on the field to devastate her in a combo on her next turn. And a Shizu that draws into exchange of the spirit, a not at all broken card that's completely future-proof. Before summoning Mudora in attack position to the field. Calling on her necklace to show her the ending of this match, she predicts that Obelisk will be the cause of Kaiba's downfall. I mean, he couldn't possibly be so rich that he paid off the gods, so clearly this is the path to victory. Now let me activate this shitty basic equip magic card called Sword of Dagra, increasing my monster's attack by 500 and going in for the kill. Unfortunately for her though, Kaiba's 2 face-down cards are powerful enough to cut his monster's attack in half and be used as a tribute for the crush card virus, devastating every powerful monster on her field, in her hand, and in her deck. Man, if only she could have seen the future!
I'd trade in that Millennium Necklace for a crystal ball or something. Joey's right.
No, you done fucked up hard when even Joey is getting compliments for putting you down. Now that every monster with over 1500 attack goes into the graveyard. Not just her hand, nope, she puts her entire fucking deck into the thing despite that not being how it works. Imagine if that actually happened in today's dueling landscape, just graveyard effects. So many beautiful, beautiful graveyard effects. Actually, because she doesn't need a big baddie to defeat Kaiba, she just needs what every random antagonist in this show seems to have, Swords of Revealing Light. It's clear that fate dictates our moves, something that total non-believer dickhead Kaiba refuses to believe in even though he ends up winning this match. Oh wait, spoiler alert. Shizu sits her last card face down before ending her turn. Letting Kaiba draw instantly, and by instantly I mean it was already in his hand, a not broken at all trap card called Virus Cannon.
Virus Cannon! Perfect! I can still play this magic card.
Oh, come on, man. We're almost 100 episodes in, and you're gonna make Kaiba do the one to screw that up? I'm legit sad now. Kaiba sets a gremlin in defense mode that I've never seen him have before sending a card face down and ending his turn before we get a nice series of exciting turns where Shizu just draws and passes, draws and passes, draws and passes. Guess what she's gonna do next? She draws. That final draw being Sacrifices Blast, aka Blast held by a tribute. Seriously, why even change the name again? Powerful card though end up sealing this rich man's fate. A fate held by a fist, you could say. Held by a man named Kaiba who ends the episode by drawing into the almighty blue god ready to crush any foes in front of his path.
You can't win! Nothing can save you!
What's wrong with his fingers? They look like 2 traffic cones stitched together and painted tan. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and of course a shout out to all my patrons. If any of you are wondering how much money you need to actually screw the rules so hard that fate bends to your will, just know that even Elon Musk only got like 15% there. This has been the Man from Earth with all the girth, ladies and gentlemen. Be the character you know you're worth. Later. Somehow Shizu hears his thoughts and says, nope, nope, nope. That's right, Kaiba, you tell him. I tell the bait. Ignore your